Hey everyone, Hank with Outer Rim Travels here, coming to you from Los Angeles, California. We're here at Universal Studios Hollywood, specifically for Super Nintendo World. I've never been, so it's going to be really exciting. We're going to have lunch at Toadstool Cafe. Hopefully, check out the attraction, just hang out on the land for a bit, then go over to the Wizarding World, take the famous studio tour, and visit the Secret Life of Pets, things like that. So join us. Really fun day over here at Universal Hollywood. However, we're going to start off with a quick tour of my room at the Hilton Universal City. I've got to say, our stay at the Hilton was definitely one of the highlights of this particular trip. Fantastic resort, and I cannot recommend it enough. Let's take a quick walk down the hallway. Here we go. As you enter on the left, you've got your bathroom. There's your throne and your sink and mirror, and a shower off on this side. Over here, you've got the closet right there. And this particular room had 2 queen beds. See that right there? Here's your flat screen TV and your dresser. There's a mini fridge inside there. And you've got desk off on this side. But of course, the view is phenomenal. There you go. Perfect view of Universal Studios Hollywood. Can you see Hogwarts right there in the middle? That's right, it's just a 5 to 7 minute walk from the hotel over to Universal Studios. And I mentioned queen beds because you can also get doubles and king size beds in these rooms, but always make sure to get the theme park view. There's the iconic Hollywood sign. We're here at the Hilton, Los Angeles, also Universal City, because Universal does have their own city here in LA. And it was about a 4-hour drive from Las Vegas. Someone slept the entire time.
For the first time ever.
Was that nice?
It was nice.
I have never done that drive, so my first time driving from Vegas over to LA. Not bad at all. We left about 5:30, got here at 10-ish, and we are heading into the park, but I want to show you guys the walking path, because it's like hop, skip, and a jump away. Ready?
Let's do it.
We had our coffee too. All right, let's go.
Onward.
You heard me mention that Universal has its own city within the city limits of Los Angeles. So about 70% of these studios lie within that unincorporated county, known as Universal City. The rest of the studios lie within the city limits of LA itself. So Universal Studios is one of the oldest and most famous Hollywood studios still in use, actually. And it was created initially specifically to offer tours of the real Universal Studios sets. I mean, how cool is that? It's kind of like a full circle type of deal. I kind of felt we were close when I peeked through the trees and I saw a minion up there. Just taking a little stroll. And we're gonna head into Super Nintendo World first. As you can see, I'm all decked out. Boom. Oh my gosh, that's it. We're here. That's crazy. Check it out. Here's the parking lot. Yeah, so I got a little ahead of myself. Okay, so maybe not exactly here, but the parking garage is right there. Across the way. It really is insanely close. I'm using hyperlapse because I don't want to bore anyone, but I mean, you get the idea. I just wanted to show you the walk from the hotel down the street, and now we're going to take a set of stairs up that bridge that you see right there. Here we go. Stairs. Heidi is way ahead of me. There she is. Off on this side, you've got the Hilton right there and the entrance to Universal Studios Hollywood, entertainment capital of LA. Just one more little path and we're gonna be at security. Now we're officially here. Let's head through security. Come on. Welcome to Universal Studios Hollywood, everybody. We didn't go inside, but I wanted to swing by the Power Up Cafe. You know, this is our Super Nintendo World Day. And this is a little cafe where you're going to find an assortment of drinks and some themed snacks. There you've got pretzels, calzones, and popcorn, things like that. So we're heading down to the lower lot where Super Nintendo World is located. But I've got to say, you cannot beat this view. I mean, check this out, you guys. It's absolutely beautiful. There you go. See Super Nintendo World down there in the lower lot? Isn't that interesting from this angle? Super Nintendo World is located in the lower lot because, you know, this park is built on a mountainside, which is pretty cool. So we are heading downstairs now and passing the brand new Fast and the Furious coaster. Check it out. That will open in 2026. Seems like ages from now. All right, Heidi, let's go. Epic Universe will have been open an entire year by the time this coaster opens. That's pretty crazy, huh? Oh my goodness. There's one more set of escalators. This is bananas, you guys. I didn't realize. I thought it was just like 2 sets of escalators. There is one more. And we're finally there. Okay, here we are, about to enter Super Nintendo World. You excited?
Yes.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Here we go. Honestly, I've got to give a shout out to Universal Creative. They did such a phenomenal job bringing the world of these video games to life. I mean, Universal has brought us into the movies, and now for the first time, we're inside a video game. And they just knocked it out of the park. By the way, I am an OG Donkey Kong player. So even though Mario Kart is kind of after my time, I would beg my parents for quarters to play Donkey Kong.
Well, hello there.
How cute is that? The characters actually talk. There we are with Princess Peach. And of course, we had to make the line for Toad. And just look how adorable he is. There he is. Of course, the longest lines for any meet and greet were for Mario and Luigi. By the time we came back in the evening, they were kind of done for the day, so we didn't have a chance to snap a shot with them. Soon it was lunchtime, and we made our way over to Toadstool Cafe. Here's a quick shot of the menu. Here is some of the theming inside the restaurant. This is where you place your order. And some of the special offerings right there. The team members inside the restaurant were nice enough to get us a window seat table, which helped for filming, but was also amusing to see the little toads walking by. We were handed one of these and told the food would be out shortly. Yep, we're here at Toadstool Cafe in Super Nintendo World. Our reservation was for 1 p.m. We showed up about 12:50 to see if we could be seated, and the girl, not very nicely, said, "You've got to respect my time." I was like, hold up, what? Can I see a manager, please? And the manager came over, and he was nicer, and he explained that they're kind of on a tight schedule because the 12:45s were still all lined up inside before being seated. So, right, I get it. They did not let us inside till exactly 1 o'clock. Then one queue area kind of led to another where we ordered our food. Then another line to come into the restaurant to be seated. It's almost, it's 1:45. We still haven't seen our food. So to me, that's kind of unacceptable. I'm starving at this point, and Heidi is not in a very good mood. And we haven't, seen our food yet. So the food's going to have to be absolutely phenomenal to turn this experience around. Yes, the theming, all of that is cute. And the land itself, adorable. So we've enjoyed ourselves. But the experience here at Toadstool hasn't been the best. I doubt it will get a 5 out of me. But we're going to give you our rating, overall, food, ambiance, all that kind of stuff. I'll give you mine and Heidi as well. So still waiting on the food. Let's see when it arrives. Okay, here we've got the super mushroom soup and the spaghetti and meatballs. There are the garlic knots. And here is the Mario burger, which had cheese, bacon, and mushrooms. And our tiramisu dessert. All right, we're going to start with the super mushroom soup. Let's check it out. First of all, it's adorable. That is very cute. Look at that. Oh, you've got wooden silverware. Oh, yeah. That is good.
Here goes.
Yeah, that is one huge burger. Okay, so done with our lunch at Toadstool Cafe and wanted to kind of give you our thoughts and review. My mushroom soup was fantastic. Definitely the best thing on the menu, at least for us. And my pasta, the spaghetti and meatballs, it was good. It had a bit of a kick to it. I wouldn't say it was my favorite pasta I've ever had, but it was decent. And the tiramisu was good. I liked the tiramisu. The garlic knots, not that great. How about you, Heidi?
Well, I think that the garlic knots were okay. I had some. The soup I tasted and it was delicious. My burger was impeccable. My fries were cold. Yeah, overall, my favorite thing was the burger for sure.
Okay, so now overall, considering the experience of arrival, the theming, the food, I'm going to give this place a 3 out of 5 stars. And how about Heidi?
2.
2. Wow.
For me, service and the vibe is so much more important than just the food. And I mean, a burger is a burger, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that we had to wait an hour to eat for 10 minutes is a little bit frustrating and not worth a higher rating.
Yeah, I kind of agree. They did take way too long. And I mean, that food that you just saw was $76. So for $76, you don't want to be waiting over an hour to have your lunch. And I mean, it was kind of a long trip over from Vegas, about 4 hours. So we were already on the hungry side, and the arrival experience wasn't the best. I liked the theming. I love the land, and I thought the food was decent for theme park food. So that's why I went with 3, 2 for you. All right, so we are heading out of here. Gonna check out.
Go ride some stuff.
We'd been in the land for hours and were unable to ride Mario Kart. The lines were just too crazy. So we headed out of here for now and over to the Secret Life of Pets. Mind you, I have never seen this movie, but riding the attraction kind of made me want to get to know these characters because I thought the attraction was really, really well done. This is all part of the queue experience before you ever board your little vehicle. I could tell right away that was Kevin Hart. His voice is just unmistakable. Once you do board the ride vehicle, you're gonna notice your reflection is that of a dog. See us there? It happens again a little later on the attraction. But let's take a quick spin through the Secret Life of Pets. And this is one attraction we do not have at Universal Orlando Resort. So of course, we wanted to try it at Universal Hollywood. It's pretty cute, right? There's the bunny up there. As someone that has never seen this movie, you can totally enjoy the ride without having any knowledge of the Secret Life of Pets. But like I said, definitely want to check it out now because these characters have such big personalities and it really does come across while you're riding the attraction. We've reached the Alley Cats section. There's all kinds of madness going on in this area. There you go. One thing they definitely did right here is the blend of the animatronic characters with the screens. See the screen in the back? So this happens a few times throughout the ride, and it's really, really well executed. And don't miss the minions. You see them down there? Yeah, there they are. Next, we moved into the bath section of the ride, where all the animals are getting cleaned up. They're so funny. And over here is Bunny. So here are the screens. Again, as I pointed out, that's us. So every time we moved, our heads, the little dogs on the screens would move. If you see, my paw is up because I'm holding the video camera up. Isn't that funny? Finally, we had one big party scene to see us off. I really have to say I enjoyed this attraction quite a bit, even though I know nothing about these characters. It was a blast. After a little break at the hotel, we came to experience the studio tour. And of course, this is world famous, so we could not leave Universal Hollywood without taking the studio tour. There are a few sections missing, anything that had to do with like the 3D video. King Kong and the Fast and the Furious, that's not in. And Jaws, that section was very dark, so the footage didn't come out so great. Here we are waiting to board the tram.
Someone's grumpy.
I think she was probably more tired than anything. It had been a really long day. Okay, here we go. I had plenty of space for myself on that side. It was so cool traveling down the mountainside to visit the different stages and sections of the studio lot. Here you've got some posters of Universal movies through the years. This was a city set. They said they've used quite a bit. If we had done the tour earlier in the day, everything would be much clearer, but this is the best I can do. At least we've got some shots of it. Then we entered really the first section. It's kind of an attraction, within the attraction. Can anyone guess what's coming up next?
Sorry, little Trevor. We get those here in California. Okay. Stay seated, everyone. It's gonna be okay. Maybe not.
That's right, it's Earthquake. This stuff just never gets old for me. And then, of course, on the opposite side, you've got the flood. just so darn cool.
Alright, we're getting out of here. Congratulations, everybody. You have just survived the ultimate forbidden. Give it up for yourselves. This attraction opened up 35 years ago, back in 1989. And not only that, it is also a fully functioning soundstage. Productions often filming there and utilizing that subway set.
That was definitely very cool, but there's more.
Welcome to the only part of the backlot with a 100% chance of rain. The flash flood.
And we see these lightning effects here, these thunder effects off to our left, but coming up off to our left, right about now, are rain effects that are brought to life by an incredibly complex system of mechanisms. We call them sprinklers, but more important though, cars 3 and 4. Cars 3 and 4, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can. Wonderful. I need a really big favor from you all. Look off to your left-hand side at the top of that hill. If you see any danger heading our way, could you make some noise so our driver Kart knows that it's time for us to get out of here? Thank you. We're all relying on you. Until then, please enjoy this nice, calming ambiance.
Tip for you, you're going to want to sit in cars 3 or 4.
Screaming. Sorry, Kurt's laughing for some reason. Folks, that's the flash flood. Everybody, hold on.
Here it comes.
Thousands of gallons of recycled water draining under the bridge into a pump and getting sucked back up to the top of the hill, only to be released again and again.
How cool was that, you guys? Yeah, really awesome. And then we went to the section that had different vehicles. There's an original Studios tram, little car there from Jurassic Park. You can see the Flintstones vehicles there. And of course, cars from the Fast and the Furious series. See them there? Then we drove past the Hollywood sign. They've got their own little Hollywood sign there. And the iconic Bates Motel. Is that Mother up there in the window? Here is the set from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. So they explained to us that that's an actual plane that was, torn apart and used for the filming of the movie. Neat, huh? And the final bit of the tour was the Fast and the Furious section. As I mentioned earlier, it was, kind of a 3D movie, so it's not something really you capture on film, but that was what ended the tour. So here we are entering the building that houses the Fast and the Furious section of the Studios tour. And there you have it. That's a wrap on the world famous Studios tour. I am so glad we had a chance to do it, though you might want to do it during the day. Well, I enjoyed the studio tour. What about you?
Yes, I enjoyed it very much. I didn't like when the dinosaurs spit at you.
Yeah, that was crazy. But I think during the day, we probably would have had a chance to see a lot better. I mean, yes, it was cool, even in the evening, but still, I think this one kind of requires daylight. How about you?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah?
Especially the Jaws section.
Yeah, it was a little dark, right? Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I'm glad we did it.
It was fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'd always seen advertisements, and it's world famous, and I'd never actually done it. So, but cool that they still have this here. I kind of miss that. They've kind of removed that from some of the other theme parks, and I enjoy it.
I enjoyed it too. It was fun.
We're heading off to Hogwarts. Let's go. Welcome to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. There you've got the Hogwarts Express. And it's super interesting that in our version, this is the lockers for Hagrid's. And they don't have Hagrid's at Universal Hollywood. So it's really strange for me. But anyway, we did get a chance to ride Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, and it's exactly like the version in Orlando. So we made our way back over to Super Nintendo World to get on Mario Kart. It was temporarily closed, but the minute Heidi saw numbers on that screen, she jumped up and got in line. So we got to walk through the queue, which is really, really cool and colorful, really, really nice. I'm sure fans of the video game series would know all the little Easter eggs, hidden throughout the queue. Much better than I would, anyway. Yes, Heidi was leading the way. There she is. She was ready to ride this attraction so we could get back to the hotel and finally call it a night. This section was really cool because it actually takes you outside the building. You see Bowser's head right there? So we're at the top of the land now. So you walk over this way, you can see the top of Toadstool Cafe right there. See that? And as you re-enter, there's the big statue of Bowser himself. Cool. And along this wall, you have all kinds of little trophies and things, which I'm sure you win in the game. Here's a cool Universal trophy. I like that one. If you're a fan of the video game series, point out some of the little Easter eggs in here that you spot in the queue. Let me know what you find in the comments below. It's amazing that in just a few months, Universal Orlando Resort is going to get its own version of Super Nintendo World at Epic Universe. Except that version will also have Donkey Kong Country, which is going to be awesome. And actually, it just opened in Japan. So Japan just got their version of Donkey Kong Country. We are getting closer and closer to the ride vehicles. Just imagine, normally you're standing still in these lines waiting to board your ride vehicle. So this was almost a walk-on for us, really. Look at all the costumes up there on the wall. And over in this next room is where you would pick up your visors for the attraction. Because this is a 3D augmented reality ride, which is pretty cool. It's hard to explain unless you experience it. But here we are, boarding our vehicle, and this is what it looks like. Now, due to the nature of the ride and that, 3D element, it doesn't really pay off to film, so I'm showing you some of Universal Studios' actual B-roll footage. There are the goggles, you see? So the characters appear in those goggles, and they guide you and you shoot them and that kind of thing. It was a lot of fun. I had a super nice day here at especially Super Nintendo World, except for that little hiccup there at Toadstool. How about you, Heidi?
The rides were a great time. So much fun.
Yeah, so we had a nice day, and Wizarding World, super cool, pretty much very similar to what we have in Orlando, except no Hagrid's, which is, the best. But that's gonna do it. The next vlog will be all of my time in Vegas. So you're gonna see all the cool stuff and some of the foods that we ate in Vegas. And then we're hitting Walt Disney World.
Not me. I won't be there.
Heidi won't be there for that.
I stay in Vegas.
But we're gonna hit Walt Disney World to do the last day of food and wine. So one last shot at having some cool foods before the Festival of the Holidays starts up. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you on the next one, and have an out of this world day. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.